rhetoric disgusting, and their tactics are cringeworthy at best. And then to make matters worse, in this off-year election, they're sending in candidates that are woke, a joke, and they all want all of their constituents to be broke. The leading candidate for mayor of New York, a rabbit.
I mean, and you know what? I mean, hey, I'll be real. Mondani, he ain't afraid. That man is not afraid for anybody. The man came on Fox News. I seen him on Fox News. I was like, are you serious? I mean, these are the main people that's calling you an Islamist, jihadist, communist, and you coming to talk to these guys? Respect. I'll give Mondani that one. I mean, terrible policies still. I mean, terrible policies. But, I mean, I'll be real with you. The character's there.
Communist, anti-Semite, won't even call for the terrorist organization Hamas to disarm. How gutless. Take a look.
Do you believe that Hamas should lay down their weapons and leave the leadership in Gaza?
I believe that any future here in New York City is one that we have to make sure that's affordable for all. And as it pertains to Israel and Palestine, that we have to ensure that there is peace. And that is the future that we have to fight for.
But you won't say that Hamas should lay down their arms and give up leadership in Gaza.
I don't really have opinions about the future of Hamas and Israel beyond the question of justice and safety.
You all know he believes in global intifada.
I mean,
across the country, the top Democrat running to be governor, Katie Porter of California, might be the single most unlikable person in America. That's
now Katie Porter is definitely unlikable, and she looks like she beats her. Honestly, I think she was the one that got what was that ex-husband came out and said that, you know, ex-husband came out and said that, yeah, this lady used to beat on him. And you know what? I was looking at it. I was like, yeah. Overweight white women are abusive. I mean, let's keep it a buck. They are abusive. And I know some of y'all are flashing back to your overweight white woman mom. And for that one, I am very sorry, guys. My bad.
Might be the single most unlikable
fat
person
white
in
women are
America.
abusive.
That's saying a lot. I can think of a lot of people that are not that likable after getting caught on tape berating reporters, her own staff, and pretty much anyone else that comes.
You know, so crazy about Mondani's answer. I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with it, to be quite honest with you. Like, I get what he wanted him to say. Like, yes, Hamas should not run Gaza whatsoever and all this good stuff. And, you know, I agree with that, too. But I do like how he's sticking to, dog, I'm just trying to focus on my constituents who's complaining about the cost of living. I can respect that. I don't agree how he's going about it, but I can respect that stance.
To her line of sight, she is now suggesting that even more bad behavior could soon be coming to light. She knows she's been mean a lot more.
He says hot mashed potatoes on the guy's head. On whose?
Than what we know about. Take a look.
Should California voters feel confident that there aren't any more Katie Porter videos out there?
Well, what I know is that I could have done better in those moments. I'm going to be focused on earning their votes.
Oh yeah, she beats men. Yeah, she beats her husbands. Yep, I could see it in her face.
Send in the videos to Hannity@something.com. I don't have an email. Anyway, back east in Virginia and New Jersey, both Democrats running for governor are now embroiled in their own scandals. The polls are tightening dramatically in New Jersey. Mikey Sherrill won't even commit to not raising taxes, even in one of the highest tax states in the entire country. Oh, and she won't tell the people of New Jersey why she was not allowed to walk with her class at graduation at the Naval Academy. I would think inquiring minds in New Jersey might need an answer to that question. In Virginia, Democrats there are becoming, well, the party of death and misery thanks to their support for state-assisted suicide and their nonchalant response to their a candidate for attorney general. You know, the guy that...
My God, they trying to do the state-assisted suicide like we're Canada or something. Like, no, guys, nobody's feeling comfortable with assisting with people committing suicide. I mean, it just don't feel... I mean, what are we, a death card or something? I mean, look, we're out here sacrificing babies on the altar so y'all can go out and fucking party. Now we're what? Signing up for suicide? Like, what is this, Futurama? Like, we're going inside the suicide box? Like, what's going on with it? What's going on, guys? Like, where are we going with this? Like, no, really, please let me know.
Once called for his political opponents and their children to be murdered. And meanwhile, the Democrats' 2024 presidential nominee back on a book tour, reminding everyone why she lost in a landslide. Because she was so great. Take a look.
Well, some people have actually said I was the most qualified candidate ever to run for president.
You're a woman.
I like the some people say. Very nice, but go ahead.
I'm just speaking fact.
Oh, really? Okay, coming up, we're going to have a full rundown of this dumpster fire now burning hot inside the Democratic Party. But first, let's turn our attention to the Democratic dumpster fire that is Capitol Hill. Last night, they filmed themselves making a lot of noise, heroically marching to Speaker Johnson's ceremonial office inside the Capitol. By the way, he wasn't there. Take a look.
Swear her in! Swear her in! Swear her in! Swear her in! Swear.
I mean, look, we got people on our side. We trying to swear in too, sweetheart. But you got to go tell Schumer to shut down this. To go ahead and stop, grandstanding on this health care. I mean, let's open up the government and we'll go ahead and swear this young lady in because we got guys on our side that we want to swear in too. It ain't just y'all. But shout out to Hellbat. He says liberal hive mind video in Discord in general chat going back into work. Hey, shout out to my man Hellbat, and I got you. Go ahead and bring that up shortly.
All right, other than a desperate ploy for attention, no one really seems to know what their goals were. Speaker Johnson, as I said, wasn't there. The House, they already passed a bill to keep the government open. In reality, it's Senate Democrats that are now responsible for the shutdown, hence the name the Schumer shutdown. And tonight, they are still blocking Republicans and other Democrats from getting the 60 votes they needed to pass a continuing resolution.
I know the Dems will give you that BS position of, well, the Republicans control the House and the Senate. No, we don't have full control. Stop acting like we got full control. We don't need you guys. We only got like 53 guys in the Senate. Like, we need about 5 of you, okay? If we could just get 5 of you guys on board, this will all pass. We just need 5 sensible Dems. Do you guys not have 5 fucking sensible Dems? Excuse my language, but that is a little irritating. Like, we just need 5 of you bastards. That's it. But, hey, I guess it is F Trump all the way through the Democratic Party.
Now, they certainly won't be opening the government before their radical base is taking to the streets all around the country for massive protests all weekend, like the summer of 2020. Why would the Democrats ever alienate what is now their extreme radical voters? They can't win without them. So they never would dare criticize them. That's why they didn't criticize them. They won't stop. They shouldn't stop. And we're not going to stop supporting the rioters, hurling bricks and rocks and Molotov cocktails at cops and killing people and looting stores and billions in property damage. But that's not stopping House.
Nah, Link, I can't agree with you on that one. And they're the ones who have to make concessions. Now I got to be the Dems. The Dems have to make concessions. Like, whoa. Or I'm going to be honest with you. The Dems, they got to work themselves down. Because let's be real with you. They got the extension on the Obama healthcare subsidies. They already got that extension. Like, the Republicans said, cool, we'll give you the 1-year extension. So, premiums won't go out of control. Now that was given, what's the argument? Now they're talking about, all right, well, we want $1.5 trillion over the next 10 years. All right, that's not going to happen because Trump cut over $900 billion from Medicaid. And now you guys want to put not just that 930 back, but about $150 billion more? And you guys thought that Trump was going to agree to that. I mean, you guys would have had better luck coming to Trump and being like, look, you cut 900. How about 800 billion? 800 billion, we put back 100 million and, we go about our day. Like, can we do that? Like, that's negotiating, not saying I'm going to keep this government open unless you give us our 1.5 trillion. So healthcare corporations and pharmaceutical corporations could take advantage. And of course, healthcare for illegals.
Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, he's really leader in name only, for waxing poetic about his noble cause. Take a look.
House Republicans shut the government down. Then they ran out of town. And for the last 3 weeks, they're nowhere to be found.
Yep, and shout out APAC Shakur.
What more can I say? You deserve better.
Oh, you deserve better. They actually had a vote in the Senate yesterday, and they already did it in the House. So we are clear. Here's a list put together by the Speaker's office detailing the Democrats' actual demands to open the government. Apparently, they will only reopen the government if they get a whopping $200 billion of your tax dollars.
I mean, $200 billion in healthcare benefits for illegal aliens. Let's see here. Repeal of the 50 billion rural hospital fund, of the 50 billion rural hospital fund. Permanent COVID subsidies without reform. So yes, they want to like solidify Obamacare. They want to negotiate on Obamacare. They said no, we don't want to reform Obamacare. Obamacare is perfect as it is, even though nobody likes it. But hey, it is what it is. And $500 million for liberal news outlets. I mean, yeah, they want to reestablish funding of NPR and PBS. They want to fund those again. $4 million for global LGBTQ plus awareness campaigns. Yeah, global. Add global on there because apparently the ideology of LGBTQ needs to be spread around the world on taxpayer money. I mean, I prefer not, but hey, the Dems say differently. The Dems think differently. And $2 million for feminist democratic principles in Africa. This is why African countries don't like us. I swear to God. That's why they don't like us. We put in $2 million, not towards feeding African children, not towards stabilizing, I don't know, certain places or regions. No, towards feminism. Like they fucking need feminism. I don't know. My bad, guys, for all the curse words tonight. Maybe I'm a little fed up with these guys.
For health care benefits for illegals. They also want permanent emergency Obamacare COVID subsidies. Remember, they were supposed to be temporary. $500 million for PBS and NPR. $4 million to LGBTQ democracy grants in the Balkans. $2 million for feminist democratic principles in Africa. Not sure what that means. They want $1.5 trillion total in new spending to open the government for a whopping 7 weeks. And tonight, in order to get their way on all these issues, Democrats, they are ready and willing to sacrifice paychecks of our brave men and women in the military and millions of other government employees. Something that they said was so reckless and irresponsible many times. In fact, according to an Axios report, Democrats...
Look, I'm not going off Mike Johnson. Let's be fair here. I'm going off of what Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer says. This is what they say they want to do. Like Hakeem Jeffries already came out on CNN, MSNBC, NBC. I mean, he came out everywhere and said, hey, yeah, I want the Obama healthcare subsidies. All right, cool. Now, they said that they wanted them extended. Now that the Republicans offered to get it extended, they're talking about, okay, now we want it permanent. And yeah, we also know that you went ahead and cut $930 billion off Medicaid. Well, we want to not only reverse that, but include more. I mean, yeah, how is that in good faith, my friend? How is that operating in good faith? Like, let's be honest. And they know they're trying to go against Trump's big, beautiful bill. And they know that Trump's not going to concede on that, especially on letting back all that spending in. That's why I said, I'm like, why not act for just $100-200 billion and call it a day? Why are you trying to add more spending on top of there and then being the same guys that was bitching about spending during the big, beautiful bill? Like, let's remember, these guys were the same people that was crying about overspending. And here they are trying to overspend.
Democrats are calling Trump's efforts to pay our troops during the shutdown illegal. Okay, make no mistake, Democrats have totally lost the plot. In an effort to resist Trump, placate their radical base, they champion what? The men's rights to play women's sports and be in women's locker rooms, so-called rights of illegals like Abrego Garcia, over your family's safety and security. They still cling to this defund, dismantle, no bail idiocy. Oh, and reimagine the police. They voted for the largest tax cut in the history of our country. Rather, they gave us the largest tax increase in history. Now, this is not just my opinion. Nope. Democrats are now hemorrhaging support ahead of the midterms. And when their own liberal networks and supporters are, blaring sirens, maybe they should pay attention. Take a look.
If you go back 6 months ago, you go back to April, Kate Baldwin, what were we looking at? Well, we were looking at the Democrats with a very clear shot of taking control of the U.S. House of Representatives, according to the Kalshi prediction market odds. We saw him at an 83% chance. But those odds have gone plummeting down. Now we're talking about just a 63% chance, while the GOP's chances up like a rocket. Democrats are not gaining the way that we expected. Then you add in the fact that the state legislators are adding potentially more GOP seats, like they've already done down in Texas, like they've done in Missouri. And then you add in the potential gutting of the VRA, and all of a sudden it becomes much more difficult for Democrats to gain.
All right, but it does get worse for Democrats. A foolish plan from Newsom and other party leaders to squeeze out a few more Democratic seats from an electoral map already heavily gerrymandered in favor of Democrats. That is now backfiring also in a major way. Take a look.
Uh-oh.
If you offset California and Texas, Missouri and Utah, North Carolina and Maryland, everything left over is an advantage to the Republicans.
Yep.
And don't forget, the Supreme Court is considering what could really be the end of the Voting Rights Act, which would protect minority groups. So you don't have a state that's half black, for example, that elects only one congressional member and everybody else goes to the Republicans that would represent that population.
Yeah, but here's a problem, though. There are states like that. There are states that there are Donald Trump people who voted for Donald Trump but have no Republican representatives, no Republican congressmen. I mean, so let's be real. Like, if you guys want to sit there and have that same criticism, then please also speak on the blue states that have no Republican representatives, if y'all really care that much. Or do y'all only care when, when it's, affects you guys? So, hey, shout out to the Supreme Court. If they got that Voting Rights Act, 19 seats the Dems could lose that they never really earned.
In some ways. So if that is gutted, Democrats could lose 19 seats. This would be a huge amount.
I don't want anybody to ever get overly optimistic. You know what? Elections matter. Your vote matters. This midterm, it is a tipping point for the country. All progress will stop or it will continue. And we'll talk a lot about it in the next year to come. The numbers don't lie. Cringeworthy political stunts, they're not going to save the Democrats from themselves. This is now a radicalized party with a radical socialist, even Marxist base. They want to upend our great American way of life. And I fear dark days are ahead for anywhere in the country where these people get elected. Hey, Sean Hannity.
All right, now let's go over to the left side of media on CNN as they complain about Trump authorizes the CIA operations in Venezuela. I mean, CNN, trust me, you're a little late. Trump been did that. He just ain't did it in front of all of our faces. I mean, it's the CIA. Remember, it's Mr. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Breaking news, President Trump hinting at a major expansion of American military action in Venezuela, saying one day after 6 people were killed in another strike of a ship near Venezuela's coast, that he is now open to land strikes as well.
Yep.
So much of the drugs, 25-30% would come in through the seas.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if they can't get it through the sea, then they're going to try to foot it through the jungle. Or yes, they're going to try to foot it through the jungle or whatever they got all through Latin America. They're going to try to foot it through there and get it in there. And they're going to try to use like coyotes or smugglers. I mean, they're going to go back to trying to force people over the border, even though the border's locked up. So we'll see how that works. Like, honestly, I wonder what the cartel is going to do. They're going to have to get pretty damn creative because the southern border is completely locked. So they're going to have to take the most craziest trip all the way up to the northern border just to try to get some of these drugs in. But it's the cartel, so they'll find a way. They always do somehow, some way. But that's why, well, when Trump designated him a terrorist organization, I was like, yeah, that's a smart move because, I mean, these guys are a little bit too innovative in what they do. And they always find a way because we're just treating them as just a criminal organization when they need to be treated like a terrorist one because they got more money than certain terrorist organizations. I mean, they got more money than ICE, in my opinion. They have way more money than ICE. Like, the cartel got money. Like, bro, that boy Pablo Escobar.